So my vacation from hell was with a small gang of religious zealots from the Midwest. They're my parents and my family. And I was only 7 years old, and we drove from our home in northwestern Indiana up to like Mackinac in Michigan, and our destination was this like one-room cottage with barely running water and no shower on a lake, and it was explained to us this is going to be the most awesome vacation ever, and it wasn't. It was horrific. And when I say religious zealots, like it's not just that they're religious zealots. They're from the Midwest, so they love misery, and they having fun is just bad, and food with flavor is really, it's gluttony, it's horrible, and all that kind of stuff. So on our drive up, by the way, I did this little trip with them like 7 times. And it happened the same way every time. So we drive up to Michigan, and we always stop in St. John's, Michigan, and we go to Burger King, and you know why you stop at Burger King? Because they don't fry. They grill, and grilling, it might be tastier. You can't have that. So we go in, all 4 of my brothers and I, and my mom and dad, we were riding around in a 72 Chevy Impala that I think we had all 7 of those years. We'd pile out and go into this Burger King, and my dad would announce in a loud voice that everybody in the restaurant could hear, "You are each allotted $1.58. It's $1973, so it's actually a lot of money back then. But you are each allotted, $1.52. I would advise that you get a cheeseburger, fries, and a milk, no soda. And he'd announce that to everybody, and like the whole staff knew what our budget was, and all the other people in the restaurant knew what our budget was, and then we'd get it, and then because we're ultra religious people, right? We'd all sit down, like, yo, sit over there and don't start eating yet, and then we go start eating, and I work with people now who, I'm not in government, but I'm with a contractor, and I've got 1 or 2 people that I'm on lunch, and there will be this discreet moment, they'll pray or something like that, and it's like, okay, that's not how we did. That's not how we rolled in our family. It's like everybody, we will hold hands, and then my dad in a loud booming voice, God bless this meal and his servants, yada yada yada, and I'm like, and we'd all cringe in embarrassment, and it's like, do we got to do this so freaking loud? I mean, but that's what every visit to a restaurant was. So we got up to this cottage, and we fished every day. And we fished, I don't know how many fishermen we have in here, but we fished for something called perch. It's the only thing we knew how to catch, perch and bluegill. They're fish about this big. There's 5 boys, ravenous appetites. It's a lot of fish. And somehow or another, my dad never wanted to fish, so it was always on my mom. And of course, my dad never wanted to cook or clean the fish, so that was on my mom. So as I think back on this, I think my poor mom, she's a saint. But every night for a month, because we'd go on this trip for a month, we ate perch, and we had to catch like 500 or 600 of the dang things, and bring them in. And my mom actually learned to fillet. She got pretty good at that, so we wouldn't have all the bones. And then I said 7 years, like on year 6 or year 7, we learned to catch something called northern pike, which is a huge fish. It's like a freshwater barracuda. They fight like hell, and they have huge fillets. But anyways, that was my vacation from hell, and I learned a couple of things from that. First of all, I've never subjected my own family or my own boys to that. They always get fun vacations. And last year, I actually had a chance to go back up there. One of my older brothers said it was going to be my mom and dad's. They're elderly, they're in their 80s. It's their last trip. He said, "Do you want to come up?" And I said, "No." No, I can skip that one. That's fine. Tell me how it was. That's my story. All right.